I love this night, man. I love this night. I've got a new favorite movie. I actually saw The Night Before Christmas the year that it came out on Netflix, and I hadn't returned to it, but I had thought about it. And in my head, I had turned it into this whole deal of, yeah, it was a fun movie, but it's really dumb, and I probably shouldn't recommend it to anyone. You know, maybe I was just having fun, enjoying it for what it was, whatever. But I kept thinking about it. And the more that I thought about the movie, the more I liked it. And the more I liked it, the more I convinced myself that I probably didn't like it as much as I thought I did, so rewatching it wasn't a good idea. You know, let myself have the memory of this movie being good. But last night, I finally worked up the nerve to tell my friends, I think we should watch this incredibly silly movie together. And we did. And it was just as much fun as I was hoping it would be. So The Night Before Christmas is such an easy G-rated movie that it's actually not even rated. It's made to watch with the family. If you're looking for something that's going to give you edgy laughs and dark humor, it's not this. But what I like is the absurdity. I can't speak to what other people get out of watching Christmas movies. I know that there are certain formulas to them, and I would assume, you know, the sappiness, the cotton candy stuff, that's all part of the formula. So even though I know that a formula exists, and I know that I like this Christmas movie, I know that I don't like all Christmas movies. Because yesterday I also watched A Christmas Prince, and Christmas Prince movie is bad. It's one of the worst movies I've ever watched more than once. I don't regret rewatching it with my friend, especially because, holy cow, did that make The Night Before Christmas seem like a masterpiece. The thing about The Night Before Christmas is it presents itself to you as if it is completely constructed out of well-known and famous Christmas movie tropes. And while I haven't watched a bunch of Christmas movies to prepare for this, I can say the trope of, you know, big city hotshot with a fiance goes home, leaves her husband, or again, I guess they're never actually married, leaves her boyfriend for Christmas tree seller guy with the beard. I get that that's like how they normally go on certain channels, but like you've never heard of a Christmas night before, right? Sir Cole, and that's another thing that is absolutely absurd that the movie does not slow down to acknowledge is absurd. You wrote a character named Sir Cole, who is constantly insisting that people call him Sir when he's confused about his nobility and what he's granted in return for that in Ohio in the modern day. And nobody says, hey man, that sounds like a shape.
Sir Cole Christopher Frederick Lyons of Norwich, at your service.
It just never comes up. Sir Cole, the knight, meets Vanessa Hudgens. Vanessa plays a woman named Brooke Winters. I'm not 100% positive if the last name Winters is present in the movie. It doesn't seem to be on IMDb, but it is present on what is maybe my new favorite website on the entire internet, the fandom.com portal for the Netflix Cinematic Christmas Universe. And on Brooke's page, it says that her last name is Winters. We also have one fact of trivia about her. And it's her license plate number. I don't really know if that counts as trivia, but I guess that would go on her page, but I'm not sure why it's trivia. It's kind of just a detail you can see if you watch the movie closely. The fandom page for The Night Before Christmas film is incredible. I found myself on it in the middle of the movie as Sir Cole was explaining the bean bread that he was making. And I wondered to myself, how accurate is the story he's telling of what the bean bread promises to the people who find the bean when it's cut out of the bread? And I did find information online about traditional bean bread, but thankfully, it was also right there for me in the wiki. I have long been fascinated with what kind of information somebody finds worth putting down into the detail section in a fandom wiki page, and man, doing that for any Netflix original movie is actually really fun. Like, I thought, oh, this is on the official Wikipedia page for this connected universe of Christmas movies. This bread has its own listing. I wonder if they make the bread in one of the other movies that it's connected to, that this Wikipedia talks about being connected to. And the only two known uses of this bean bread are medieval England and Ohio during the movie. It's wonderful. It's as delightful as the movie itself is, which is to say, I am in no way making fun of either of these two things. This movie makes me very happy, and it makes me very happy that it makes other people happy enough to want to do a knowledge database website about it. So Sir Cole is a knight, and he and his brother are like on this quest. I believe they said it was a Christmas falconing competition. So Sir Cole comes to Earth because I guess he was on Earth already. Sir Cole is in Ohio trying to fulfill his destiny of becoming a true knight, because I guess somehow that was going to happen for him if he and his brother both caught the hawk for the competition. I don't know a lot about European history. It kind of all checks out to me. So he was going to be a knight, and he's still in his armor, and that's really lucky because Vanessa Hudgens immediately hits him with her car. Boom! Meet cute. We're running. He's fine with it. He didn't get hurt. He's wearing armor. This guy thinks he's a knight. Wow! Hijinks. Crazy. And like, that might either sound very, very, very fun to you, which is what it did to me, and then I started watching it and loved it. Or that might sound like the dumbest, most contrived meet cute you've ever heard. And that's fine. But I would like to have fun here today. I'm not saying that to say that, like, my take here is that all love stories should start with one of them hitting each other with the car. They can wait on that if they need to. I'm just saying, if you're going to have a knight in a suit of armor show up in the real world, what the fuck are you doing if your romantic lead doesn't hit him with her car? He's not gonna get hurt, it's fine. And the movie immediately leans into that.
Fear not, I've been thrown much further by much faster horses than your steel steed.
I'm editing the video and I forgot to even record a part about this, which I can't believe because it's most of what I wanted to talk about in the first place, but I will be brief here. They meet again because Vanessa Hudgens hit Sir Cole with her car. And then when he asks her later on to borrow her car, he's just like, yeah, sure. And then she shows up to where he is. He's at the Christmas town again. It's one of the 3 places that exists in Ohio. And she's like, Cole, what happened? The cop said you abandoned my car. And it's like, but what did you think he was going to do? He doesn't have a license. You just hit him with your car. Like, I would think that you've been thinking about car safety since you hit somebody. And then you gave somebody who doesn't have any driver's education the keys to your car, and you just let him drive it. Something about the reasoning there and the fact that it never faces any consequences or repercussions. He just kind of like tosses her keys back on the way home and is like, you'd better drive. And she's like, yeah, I'll bet. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I love this stupid movie so much. And my perception is too, which I will feel like an asshole if in some big memoir we found out that production on The Night Before Christmas was some kind of living hell. I do feel like everybody there is having fun. I think Vanessa Hudgens has stuck her foot in her mouth a few times in ways that I'm not getting into in this video, and if it has anything to do with the recent global health event, what pops into your mind when I say that? No, especially, that's what I'm saying. I don't like and I'm not getting into. But this was before that. And I feel like you truly can tell that Vanessa is so happy to be there. It's fun to see her have a chance to act again. It's really fun to see her against this guy who plays Circle. They're really cute together, and they have kind of an adorable height difference. Coming down to it, I just don't understand why the TikTok book girlies have not swarmed all over this movie. I mean, I can tell you this much at least. I do think The Night Before Christmas is a better romantic comedy than, say, The Hating Game. I didn't dislike the Hating Game book or anything, but the movie, watching all of that played out, I just kept getting bored and being like, okay, you guys don't like each other. Leave each other alone. You don't have to have that feeling during this movie. I think maybe the appeal of a Christmas movie is just how everything is incredibly simple. Even at this scene towards the end where Brooke Winters' niece gets a present that neither of her parents agreed upon. And they have like that little, did you? No. Did you? No. Huh. It must be a Christmas miracle moment. And again, why wouldn't they? We get to live in this universe for 2 hours where there is a Santa. And we could pick it apart. And we could think, has Santa not given this child any other presents until now that never got cataloged amongst what the parents bought? I mean, I know dads can be pretty uninvolved in what the mom wraps for their Christmas presents under the tree for the children, but kids like 11, I think. You went a decade before you realized there were extra presents? You only caught that once there was a dog? Must be nice to be rich. And they are rich. A decision that I think was made mostly to avoid the appearance of impropriety in this not rated movie. Maybe just for the sake of utilizing the set that they had. I don't know. Brooke says to Circle shortly after hitting him with her car and him being released from the hospital, "There's no way you're sleeping under a tree when I have a perfectly good guest house." And I think this guest house is like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. The decorations in this thing from the moment that she brings him in, far enough into the Christmas season that the night market exists, are so intense. There are boughs of holly, lots of Christmas garland and lights. And I thought, okay, you know, she decorates early, that's fine. But then like a couple of days into Circle living with her, she's like, I have to do Christmas chores. I haven't even put up my Christmas tree yet. And even though you would think that the Christmas night being transported to Ohio would be what really sold me into living in a fantasy land, somehow it's that.
I don't know. I have so many Christmas chores I have to get done.
Somehow it's this single woman having Christmas chores. Because I'm 25 and I've been alone on Christmas every year since I was 18. I'm estranged from my family of origin. They didn't treat me well. It's easier to be alone on Christmas than anything else would have been. But that doesn't mean it's easy. Like, sure, the big volunteer thing she's doing is keeping her busy. She's having a feast. Which, just like how in Love Actually, they keep telling you until you believe it, at Christmas you tell the truth. They just keep using the words "the feast" for a long time before they explain that it's like a ticketed charity event. I'm endeared by that. I love to just be along for the ride in a Christmas movie. Christmas chores. Brooke has Christmas chores several different days in Christmas that revolve around different phases of the decorations that she puts up in her guest house and in her big mansion. What a world. It's even funnier when she's standing there, like, in her huge house with a staircase that she lives in as a single woman with a random man in her guest house in the backyard. And she's like, this widower with 4 children is really struggling to keep a roof over his children's head. Do you want free housing night? I will live in this mansion and you can live in my guest house that definitely could house both of us. And we'll do a big Christmas feast. And we'll give all the money we got from the feast to this single father of 4. And him getting 1 envelope of cash is going to help because we get to live in a world where that helps, where that solves the problem. We get to spend like an hour and a half living in a world where the worst thing that happens when it's Christmas time is a little girl has to crawl on her belly to get off of some ice, and the night dating her friend's aunt wants to help. There's value in that. I don't know if I'm ever going to be somebody who has weeks worth of Christmas chores to accomplish across the holiday season. Making this video and chatting to a camera is the only reason I even made Christmas cookies this year, and they were just snickerdoodles out of a bag mix. But it's a fun movie, and it was fun to rewatch, and I think you should watch it if you're looking for a fun movie that's not going to stress you out. Like, if you ever enjoy watching heterosexual romances, which is not often for me, but I do quite like the himbo trope, and having him be so fiercely loyal to her because she helped him after he showed up in Ohio. Something about it just works for me. It's fun. The actor is giving it all he's got. The few times that I think that they could have explored something further aren't a reflection on him, and he doesn't strictly say he's gonna become a cop after the end of the movie. He says he might be a baker, and I don't think they're ever making that sequel that they teased in the credits, so that's the world I live in. He's a baker. That's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. This was fun to film. It was kind of a last minute thing. I had a different series planned for Christmas and that didn't end up working out. But I am very, very excited to be here and to be making videos and to move into 2024 knowing that this is exactly what I want to do. I'm really grateful for the response to the Bechdel video. I wasn't entirely certain if that would ever get more than like 15 views, and I'm excited to be making videos this year with my friend Kit. It's been a long time since I've ever let myself imagine having any kind of full-time writing practice that I share with other people as an adult. It feels cool to think about that as a possibility for something that I could do. I'm really excited to pursue that more in 2024, and if you're interested in coming along for the ride, I really hope you'll consider subscribing, maybe liking, commenting on this video. I heard that the thing that tells YouTube that it was funny and you liked it is if you copy that share link. Like, you don't even have to send it to anybody. You could. I wouldn't mind. I would love that. But if you copy it, it apparently tells YouTube that we're doing a good job and should show more people our videos. So if you're interested in a way that you can help the channel out, that would be a really easy one. If you would like to help support me and my Christmas chores in a more monetary fashion, you can either scan the QR code on the screen right now or check out the description where you'll find a link to my Ko-fi account. You would be able to donate to me there if you happen to feel compelled to help me, do a load of laundry this weekend maybe. I would love that. It's been a tough year, but I think this next one is going to be better, and I really hope that that's true for all of us. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your night, weekend, year, even the next year too if you find this in 2024. Thanks so much. Bye. Okay, bye. Thank you.